Okay, so we're continuing our Scandinavian theme when it comes to football club histories. We're looking at Malmo FF. They're founded in 1910. They play at the Aledia Stadium, which seats a capacity of 22,500. They have won a record 26 league titles, 23 Swedish Championships, which is what you play for after the Allsvenskan season is over. So in 23 of their 26 league title wins, they've gone on to be Swedish champions, and 15 national Swedish cups, also known as the Svenska Cupen. They are also the only club from the Nordic countries to have reached a final of what was the European Cup, which is now the Champions League, and the only Nordic team not only to play in the FIFA Club World Cup, formerly the Intercontinetal Cup, but also reached the final of that. So they are successful. Their honours, there are a lot. I did not cover all their Swedish Championships. We'll be here all day. Plus, I would have run out of room in the notepad because, run out of room. So the Allsvenskan, of which they've won 26. In 26 of those seasons, as I say, they've won 23 Swedish Championships. But the Allsvenskan, I mean, Christ, this is a lot. 1943-44 season. 1948-49 season, the 1949-1950 season, the 1950-51 season, the 1952-53 season. A bit of a gap till the 60s, the 65 season, because they go to a summer league, the 67 season, the 1970 season, the 1971 season, the 1974 season, the 1975 season, the 1977 season. Because of that 1977 season win, they ultimately enter the European Cup for the 78-79 season, where they make the final. They win again in the 85 season, the 86 season, the 87 season, the 88 season, and the 89 season. So pretty successful. All the way from the 40s to the 80s, pretty regular, winning titles. Then there's a massive gap where they don't win any Allsvenskan titles between 89 and 2004. They win it again, obviously, in 2004. They break their league drought. 2010, 2013, 2014, 2016, 2017, 2020, obviously COVID disrupted, 2021, and most recently last year in 2023. Obviously their season is just starting, so this video could be very outdated by September, October time. But so far, 26 Allsvenskan titles. With that, in 23 of those seasons, they won the Swedish Championship. I'm not going into all the Swedish Championship numbers. We will be here all day. The Svenska Cupen, or the National Cup, they've won that 15 times. And again, it's pretty regular from the 40s till the 80s. And then again, very lengthy gap. They've been less successful, even though they've won a lot of league titles recently, in more recent times. They start winning in 44, 46, 47, 51, 53, 67. And then for some reason, the Swedish league system decides to play the Swedish Cup over the end of one season, beginning of another season, basically, over the winter, autumn, and into the spring. So 72, 73, 73, 74, 74, 75, 77, 78 seasons. 79-80 competition, the 83-84 competition, the 85-86 competition, and the 88-89 competition when they also won the league title. And then there's their massive gap until 2021-2022. And then they win it again for the 15th time. So there's a big long gap from 89 till 2022 when they next lift the Svenska Cupen. The Svenska Supercupen. I love Scandinavian languages. Love the Nordic languages. 2013 and 2014 they won the Super Cup, and this is the historical moment, making that European Cup final, which we now know as the Champions League final, in the 78-79 season, losing 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, famously. Then, because of that, they played in the Intercontinetal Cup, which is now the Club World Cup. They were runners-up in 1979, so they came close to winning, winning some more silverware there very, very famously. They have a lot of rivals. Because they're the most successful club in Sweden, all the other Swedish clubs don't like them very much. Now, they've got some regional rivals, and then they've got some bigger rivals with some other big clubs in Sweden. So, Trelleborgs, Landskrona, are the two regional clubs in Scania, outside of the city of Malmo. Helsingborgs, we all know about Helsingborgs, they're quite a famous Swedish club. Gothenburg, IFK. There's another club in Malmo called IFK Malmo, rivalry with them, and a really interesting rivalry with FC Copenhagen, or Copenhagen, depending on where you are in the world from Denmark, because Malmo and Copenhagen are literally across the strait from each other. There's a bridge connecting, and a bridge and a tunnel connecting the two cities, quite famously over the strait between Copenhagen and Malmo. So there's their rivals. Some of them are just regional rivals historically, but then you've got Helsingborgs and IFK Göteborg and IFK Malmo as well, and then FC Copenhagen. Weird one. But there we go. So there's a brief history of Malmo, the most successful club in Swedish football. They regularly appear in Europe into like the group stages of like the Europa League or Europa Conference League. They haven't been in the Champions League for a very, very long time because it's just the UEFA coefficient, as I say, hampers clubs from the second tier of main leagues in Europe. The coefficient, as I say, favours the big five, maybe you could argue the Dutch and the Portuguese league as well, the big seven, and so it does hamper those clubs from leagues from that second tier of leagues like the Swiss league, Swedish league, Norwegian league, Danish league. They do get hampered a little bit by that UEFA coefficient, but there we go. There is a brief history of Malmo FF from Sweden. Ridiculous amount of silverware, absolutely ridiculous, most dominant side in Swedish football. And so there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Place your thoughts in the comments section below. Maybe you follow a club in the Swedish league. I would love to hear from Swedish fans, and I'll have some more content for you guys very, very soon.